This past year, LIV Golf made a mark on the golf world, for better or worse, with the rumors that Greg Norman would be leaving and the tour becoming more competitive in the future. Everyone's wondering about the future of LIV Golf. Now, in this video, we're going to talk more about LIV Golf denying reports about Norman's new role and how the PGA Tour is becoming more competitive to give you more clarity. First off, why are there rumors about Norman leaving? A report said that Greg Norman, who is the CEO and commissioner of LIV Golf, could be moved to a different position, and a former golf company executive could take over his role as CEO. However, LIV Golf representatives say that this isn't true. Mark King, the former CEO of TaylorMade, has been talked about as a possible candidate for the CEO job, and Norman would be moved upstairs. In 1999, King was named president of TaylorMade. In 2014, he was named president of Adidas Group. He is the CEO of Taco Bell Corporation at the moment. The owner of LIV, Majed Al-Saour, said that Greg Norman is the president and CEO of their company. Any claim that Greg's title or role is going to change is completely false. Norman has been with LIV Golf since June 2021. He is in the World Golf Hall of Fame and has won more than 80 tournaments around the world. He was named CEO of LIV and commissioner of a new league that was supposed to start in October 2021. This year, he oversaw the start of an 8-tournament series in which Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Cam Smith, and several other major champions left the PGA Tour for guaranteed money. In 2023, it'll be the LIV Golf League, and there will be 14 events. But Norman has been criticized for how he has handled some things, such as downplaying human rights problems in Saudi Arabia, which is helping to pay for LIV Golf. He's also been argumentative at times, like when he tried to get world ranking points for his league. Moving on, did you know that Greg Norman was also the subject of rumors? He has been the fiery face of LIV from the start, helping to bring in players like Cameron Smith and Dustin Johnson, and causing the chaos and chaos-making that the league wanted to do in its first season. But now, Greg Norman is rumored to be replaced as CEO of LIV Golf and moved upstairs as the show gets ready for a crucial second season. This could be a big deal for the show's future. James Corrigan of Telegraph Sport said that LIV's Saudi backers have been in talks with Mark King, the former CEO of TaylorMade, about a possible deal in which King would replace Norman as the league's CEO in 2023. According to the report, the American went to several LIV Golf events during its first season and has already talked about a possible deal with Yasir Al Rumayyan, governor of the Saudi Public Investment Fund. A person who works in the business told Corrigan that the Saudis have already put more than $2 billion into this, so it's clear that they want the business plan to be clear and for things to look less chaotic. It's no surprise that it's been busy because they've had to figure everything out on the fly. It's impressive how far they've come from a standing start, even if they've had an open checkbook. During the 12 years that King was president and CEO of TaylorMade, the company's sales went from $300 million to $1.7 billion. Since then, King has been in charge of Adidas and Taco Bell. Next up, what has LIV Golf's future looked like so far? Norman has been fighting for player freedom and the right to play outside of PGA Tour minimums for years. He wants players to be able to compete wherever and whenever they want. Members of the PGA Tour have to play in 15 tournaments and agree to get waivers if they want to play in tournaments around the world that conflict with each other. Norman tried to start a World Golf Tour in 1994 with the help of Fox Sports. It would have been similar to LIV in that it would have had limited field, high-paying tournaments. The PGA Tour and its commissioner at the time, Tim Fincham, won the battle. Norman said during a conference call last week after the LIV Golf season was over, LIV has just begun. From our point of view, it was a great year, a great season, season and a great beginning. We don't think any other new sports league did as much in its first year as LIV Golf did. LIV's plans for the offseason include possibly signing new players, announcing its 2023 schedule, seeing players move between its teams, getting some kind of TV deal with the network, and continuing to try to move up in the world rankings. On to the next portion of our video. Now, did LIV make the PGA Tour better? Sahith Theegala said that it affects everyone, whether they want to admit it or not, no matter what they think or feel about either tour at a press conference before the Houston Open. But did LIV help improve the PGA Tour? Theegala seems to agree. He said that it's great for the players because it makes the tour more competitive, which is good for the players. There are more chances than ever before. Last year, when Theegala was a rookie, he had a season that most people can only dream of. Even though he had some bad luck that kept him from getting his first tour win, he still became a rising star and made it to the Tour Championship. With his recent success, the 24-year-old could probably join the Saudi-backed circuit, but Theegala would rather follow his dreams than make money. Even so, Theegala doesn't have anything bad to say about LIV or any of the players who left. He said that before this, the PGA Tour was his main goal, and it's clear that he's always wanted to play on the PGA Tour and dreamt of doing so. But the other things going on don't bother him. It's just that he thinks it's been made a bigger deal than it really is. Most of the players he's talked to haven't even heard of it, which is a shame because it's great for the players. Let's talk about why some of the top players have left the PGA Tour. Theegala said that it's too bad that all the best players in the world no longer play together. All of them want to play with Cam Smith and Dustin Johnson, who are some of the best players in the world, and there's no denying that. It's a shame that the talent pool isn't as big as it used to be, but we don't really think about it unless someone asks me about it. This week's Houston Open has been hurt by LIV. Jason Kokrak and Carlos Ortiz, the last two champions, as well as Ian Poulter, Phil Mickelson, Matt Jones, and Paul Casey, all left for LIV early this year. But Theegala is confident that the players who were given a chance on tour because of LIV defections will step up to the plate. This is why he thinks the tour is in good hands, despite the split that LIV caused in golf. When asked if LIV players would be missed in Houston, he agreed, saying that maybe that's the case. But there are just too many good golfers, especially in this day and age. So the next guy up is going to step up and take that spot, and it might be someone who hasn't had a chance to be a superstar yet. There are too many good golfers and too many golfers in general. There will never be a lack of big names on the tour. Finally, we have the changing landscape for professional golf. The LIV Golf League promised to change the amount of risk that professional golfers have to take on by giving players who signed up to play in the league different amounts of guaranteed money. Bigger names like Cam Smith and Brooks Koepka have traded their tour wins for guaranteed money to play in LIV events. Importantly, LIV has focused on young, talented players and given them guaranteed money and expenses for league-sanctioned events. This has made it appealing for them to play in the league, since they don't have the financial base that older players do. Many people are talking about how the bigger prizes and guaranteed money make it less important to play well. We don't think that's true. Most of the people who qualify for those tournaments will only be there by a thread. They'll do their best to stay there. Most likely, the PGA Tour's reorganization isn't done yet. It could still give up its non-profit status and become a private company, which would bring in billions of dollars from investors. LIV seems to have a lot of money to invest in players, and the PGA Tour might need more tools to beat its new competitor. That's all for this video. Do you think Norman will move into a different role? What are your thoughts on making the PGA Tour more competitive? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content in the future. Thanks for watching. See you next time.